Hi friends, I'm with a great personality of GOAN cricket. Just before I name him, I compare him with Mr. Sunil Gavaskar. There's a reason why I do this. Whenever I introduce this person to anybody, I just keep saying that it's Sunil Gavaskar of GOAN cricket. The reason behind this is that his basic values of of the cricket which he implements and carries on in life are so strong, and he implements them and gets to rough corners all the while when he gets into criticisms and arguments and all these debates here and there. At the same time, his achievements are so vast that he cannot just be written off. I'm speaking about Mr. Hemant Angley, who is with us here. I am just out on a chat interview with him. Mr. Hemant Angley, welcome to G1.
Thank you, Ambe.
This chat begins with, I just wanted to, with the vast age phase which he has playing cricket, he has moved from Goa, all the places around the world, and then he started playing cricket at very early age. And I just wanted to ask him about some of his childhood memories, where he had to come from Nasik to Goa or Goa to Nasik, and the cricket fundamentals in Goa at that particular time were not that good enough.
In fact, I was born and brought up in Bombay at that time. And what I played cricket in Mumbai was gully cricket, because my school was not playing cricket. They were very good at hockey and football. But in 1970, my father shifted to Nasik as a principal of HL High School, Ozar, where they assemble MiG aircrafts. So there, my teacher, he was a Hindi teacher in fact, but he doubled up as a sports cricket coach, and he taught us the fundamentals of the game, and we started playing for our school. Then I played for my district, Nasik district, for 3 years schools.
That's great.
And then I played 2 years for Nasik senior district when I passed out from HPT college as a BSc chemistry graduate. After that I came to Goa, because in the papers I read in 1978 that Goa was participating in under 22 CK Naidu trophy.
What was your age at that particular time?
I was 20 at that time. I just passed out the BSc, and then I rushed here to do my diploma in pharmacy, which was anyway in my mind. I wanted to become a pharmacist, and doing pharmacy I could even do law, because pharmacy did not give me a direct admission in the second year, which I was supposed to get. So I did 1 year law, and I played for the law college and scored my first century.
Which law college is that?
There's MS Law College, there's Salgaonkar Law College in Panji. So the only law college available at that time. And I was staying in Panji for that matter, though my house is in Madgaon. So there I scored a century for my college. And then I went on to play for Goa in 79, and I was in fact the highest wicket taker for the South Zone when Arshad Ayub.
So that's how you got into the Goan side for the first time. That was a Goa under 22 side.
Right.
So you did not move like all the kids nowadays do from Goa, any state, under 13, under 15 onwards. Your cricket was in fact a late starter, but you just made up for all that later on.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, I played for the Gymkhana, Panji Gymkhana first, where they saw my capability in the practice, and there, after seeing my capabilities in the matches played for them, they took me they allowed me to go in for trials, for under 22 trials, and I was then selected. So second year also we could not win the first match. Here we were in the semi-finals. We lost to Hyderabad in 79, where Azharuddin also played, a 17-year-old kid at that time. Yes. So those were my early years of cricket in Goa.
So it all started from under 22 for Goa. Yes. And Hemant Angley was born in the Goan cricket. And what about your family background exactly? You're coming from a sporting family, or what does it show it to in your culture?
Well, my father was a teacher in Campion School. Before that, he was in Ram Mohan High School in Mumbai. Then he shifted to Satara. From there he went to Devlali in Nasik. Then he came back to Campion School, Mumbai. At that period I was born. And so till 1970 he was with Campion. He was not only an ardent teacher, or is an ardent teacher, but he was also a superb sportsman. if I had the backing, what he gave me during my playing career, of his family at that time, because he had to carry not only our family, but the full Angley family, the total clan on his broad shoulders. So he could not pursue the game football, which he loved the most. He used to play very good football at that time. In fact, I played in his boots too. And he was a champion athlete for Wilson College. He took nearly 10 to 12 medals from Vijay Merchant at that time. And Vijay Merchant at that time quipped to him that you need a truck to carry all these trophies home. So he was such a lovely athlete. And I think I have his genes as long as athleticism is concerned.
So you had a backup of a little bit of sport inside. I had the knowledge that your father was, your dad was like a great thespian himself in the field of dramatics and all the other things. So you yourself carry some of those genes along with that as well.
Yeah, you could say that I'm a chip of the old block as far as the dramatics and teaching is concerned. I am also a teacher as a coach. But I could not match him in the intellectual capacity because he's a far more better person in whatever he does.
That's a very humble confession. Okay, from Goa under 22 cricket, how was the Ranji Trophy at that particular time? Goa even did not have Ranji Trophy with them, and which year it was like, and you were a part of the first Goa Ranji Trophy team. And not just a part of the team, you are one of the key persons to to play attacking form of spin attack, leading the spin front of Goa at particular time. And we as kids, I remember watching you play the first game, and you had an action of like similar what I felt at that time was like Greg Matthews, and you had the jumping jack action, and you turn, and you had those floaters. So how was that Ranji Trophy? Can you just explain to us how Goa Ranji Trophy did come into existence, and what does those real cricketing professional time you had on the Goan cricket?
Yeah, that was the best time of my cricket career. And that is what I aspired to do. That's what I dreamt to do.
What was your Ranji debut? Like, when was the first game?
Yeah, in fact, I should correct you. I didn't play the first game of Goa for the Ranji Trophy. I was not selected, though I was the highest scorer and the highest wicket taker in the domestic circuit. But as you said, I am bound by controversies. So that controversy, I think...
You certainly were in the part of the first 5 games which Goa played at the first season. Maybe not, I'm not maybe talking about the first game. I don't know whom Goa played the first. It was against Kerala, I believe. Yeah, but you were a part of that particular squad. You were not playing 11, but then you were forced into in that particular year, that particular season.
Yes.
So you were a part of the first infrastructure of Goan Ranji Trophy when Vijay Chogule got into the act and brought Goa the cricket honors to play. And you were a part of that think tank and all the boys to play in that particular time, the old boys to play for Goa at that time.
Very true. Because see, after I played my last game for Goa, that's in 1980. So till 1985, we had absolutely nothing to do. We were playing only domestic cricket. And I should thank Vijay Chogule and the Chogule family totally for their Arlem trophy.
You mean to say it was as good as the present situation?
No. In which context are you talking about?
About the games we play, the authorized games that we play in the current crop of season of Goa Cricket Association.
No, we used to play a lot of games. Our league was, very toughly fought. So I'm not talking about that. I'm not going to that aspect. But I'm talking about there was no competitive cricket as far as the state is concerned. Because we were about 22, so we had nothing to look forward to. And we were only playing domestic cricket, that is for our clubs. And I should thank Sargaonkar Club for including me in their side against the first match we played at Syndicate Bank in 1981. So there I made my mark. I scored 49 not out and I took 3 wickets, which fetched me the man of the match award.
Against Syndicate Bank?
And I see Vijay Krishna.
That's a Karnataka born team, I believe.
Yes, the Karnataka Sudhakar Rao. All the current best players were playing for them. Yeah. And that gave me a confidence that I could do on par, if not better, with the best players in India. But then, see, we were really a perseverance oriented lot. At that
perseverance and the people who love the game just for getting into it. It's normally a situation when you get the first batch playing like a first batch of the school, first batch of the team going out and doing that. They are just very hungry and very just desired and determined to get into that field on the first day itself.
Exactly, it was a dad's army, if you call it. I played my first match at the age of 28. So you must have noticed I have come on the M80 here, though I have my Hero Honda here, because that M80 is the one which took me around for the Ranji Trophy matches and the other matches at that time. But at that time, as I told you, there were lots of matches to be played locally. And we used to go to Marshall, Bicholi, everywhere, but good teams used to play there and good matches used to be played. And that put us into the Ranji Trophy scenario. Everything was new for us at that time. We didn't know anything. No, we have played against those players elsewhere. But you should understand that we were playing against the current test players at that time. They were the best players for India. And the pitches we used to play on were totally doctored by the home team so that they could get us out in 3 days. So, of course, I played the first match in Kadapa.
But the umpires doctored as well.
I would not be commenting on that score, but I would surely say that my tally of 58 wickets should have swelled a lot. If but I will not comment on.
I don't understand that. I know the situations and the surroundings at that particular time. Talking about Ranji cricket in Goa, you were feeling, I could see on your face, a lot of experiences and your ambitions at that particular, starting at 22, playing under 22 and getting into Ranji side. Do you remember your first game, which was the first, of course you remember, whom did you make your debut against and who was your first wicket?
Yeah, I made the debut against Andhra Pradesh at Kadapa in their hometown. And my first wicket was Bhaskar Ramurthy, the amiable captain. And he's a very good player. He's played for South Zone too. But I was elated. The third over, I bowled him through the gate. And remember, we were playing on matting wickets at that time.
Ranji Trophy on the matting wicket?
Yes. Because only in Goa we had turf wickets. In Tamil Nadu we were playing on turf. And the rest, except for Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore, the rest were all matting. So in the first game, no doubt there were butterflies in the stomach. And I and Suresh shared a partnership of nearly 90 runs.
Suresh Mahadevan,
a wonderful player. And
that should have been like regular, the top order fields and the late middle order sticks around and saves Goa at that point, starting from the first day onwards.
See, I should be telling you, I was batting at number 9 at that time. And
lucky number 9.
Yeah, we were something like 70 for 7 as usual. And we took the score to around 200. And I got a nasty delivery again. Bhaskar Ramurthy is a very good bowler too. And I scored 29 in my debut match. So, and 15 not out in the second match, we lost in 3 days. As I told you, we were no experienced in the other forms of cricket. First class cricket is totally something different. When you come there in first class cricket, it's very difficult to do well, and only the best do well in first class cricket. And you also must be knowing so many cricketers who had done well in the domestic cricket, they could not do well in test cricket, and vice versa. If you see,
it's a level of cricket totally different, where you play amongst the persons who are playing already for the national team at some teams, and you are the minnows going into the game. It happens. And then especially for Goa, and there are wickets which you take which are not given against you, and a lot of things. I'm sure you have 52 wickets, as you mentioned, or 58 wickets. Should have been something around at least 100 plus if you're playing in the current Goan team. I could say about 3 to 4 years back Goan team. I cannot even say current Goan team. Next thing was, I just wanted to know, what was something extraordinary performances, your prize wickets which you value all through your life? Extraordinary batting, what do you remember? What do you can share with us?
Well, my prized wicket was that of G.R. Vishwanath, whom I took him for the first ball, first delivery.
Was he playing a square cut?
In fact, if he was playing a square cut or any stroke for that matter for Vishy, it would have gone anywhere. But this pitch, the Panji pitch, was a bit slower and he got foxed by my flight. And no doubt he came out, but he
was stumped.
No, he hit the ball, but he straight into Ashok's hand at mid wicket. Yeah.
Short mid wicket.
Yes. And from then on, Vishy and I have become very good friends. Though I knew him, I bowled to him earlier. We smacked me for 3 sixes in 1 over.
But you still had Gundappa Vishwanath's wicket. When I say Vishy means, let me tell you people that it's Gundappa Vishwanath, one of the star batsmen of Indian cricket at that particular moment, sharing many partnerships with Sunil Gavaskar, Dilip Vengsarkar and many more. just to highlight, Gundappa Vishwanath was one of the best square cutters and best attacking, aggressive batsmen who could get his quick hundreds just done anytime. Not the very slow batting at even that phase, because that particular era India was going through a very slow cricket. But he was one of the most aggressive batsmen. Getting Gundappa Vishwanath prize wicket is something that itself tells us what Mr. Hemant Angley is all about.
In that match, I got the first haul of 5 wickets. That's the best, and as a 6 anybody had till that time, the 6 for 102. And in that match also, I scored 57 not out, and a partnership of 103 runs with Pramod Kamath. We saved the game for Goa. And see, that was what we could do at that time, because we were playing against all top players of India, and saving the game was as good as coming near to a win. So that I could do, because my idol, Eknath Solkar, used to do the same thing when he was playing cricket, and I took it from him, but never to give my wicket very easily.
You mean to say whatever limited thing you are given, you would do it to your best option or best fulfillment, to your best caliber?
To my best caliber, and to all the sacrifices which that performance is needed. As Gavaskar had mentioned in one of the get-togethers in Mumbai, he was talking to Prince Philip regarding Mumbai's atmosphere. We were playing the West Indies, that dreaded quartet of fast bowlers they had at that time. It was in the late 70s. And Gavaskar said to Prince Philip, when he was asked that, Sonny, let the West Indies fast bowlers bowl for 1 hour, then the smog in Mumbai will get them. Okay? So Gavaskar writes in his book that yes, I would have given him back. The smog is no lesser than the smog in Manchester. But then he said we have to leave some hittable balls alone. In the same way, when you're playing for a minnow side, when you're playing for a small side, you have to sacrifice a lot for bowling or batting. You think that you can hit this ball, but you got to allow yourself to be restrained and stay for another ball. Otherwise, one ball and you're out. So we had to go through, all of us at that time, shed all our innovations and go in and dig in there. And that is why I could remain not out for 16 times in my career of 52 innings. And that is why Namdev Farte, Subhash Kangarakar, Suresh Mahadevan, they could score centuries. We scored 14 centuries in the first 5 years. And I think though that 14 centuries have not been equaled after that, till now, if I am right, if my memory serves me right. I am talking about GOAN players. I am not taking Binny's centuries. I am not taking Radhakrishnan's centuries.
Born GOAN players.
Yes. Born in,
brought up in
Goa, yes. Played cricket and learned cricket in Goa. I am talking about those players. Now, if you see the scenario now as compared to the earlier, we are in the played group where all the minnows are playing, and still we cannot rise up to the occasion and have that same perseverance and sense of sacrifice. If they had it, then there will be many more Swapnil Asnodkar.
Yeah, I will come to that later on. Just wanted to ask you something to add as we further move on to your Ranji Trophy career and your first class career, and maybe I am not sure to ask, in fact, were you in the Duleep side anytime? Did you get in the South Zone side? Maybe because you were most of the time highest wicket taker for the season for Goa. How was it? How were you feeling when you could not find? Because maybe the best off spinners were representing the South Zone at particular time, and it was unlucky for you. What was your feeling at that particular moment?
Now, the problem with my off spin was that there was Shivlal Yadav, there was Arshad Ayub, there was Kanwaljit Singh, all Hyderabadis, and there were Venkatraman and R. Anant from Karnataka, and they were also very, very, very good.
I am Venkatraman from Tamil Nadu.
Tamil Nadu. So they were very good, and they all, except for Anant, they all played for India. And Kanwaljit was again unlucky; he should have played for India. And so breaking that barrier was very, very difficult. Though I also did.
I'm sure if you were playing in the West Zone or the East Zone side, you could have easily made it to the Duleep Trophy and more, maybe further inroads.
And that's what Roger Binny, my captain in the last season, said so, and also I have written the same thing in my my advertisement for benefit match. So if he says so, I cannot say that. that if I had to play for any other state, I could have had better honor.
Any further particular mentions of any particular records, not just playing cricket, at the club level, at the domestic level, or any higher levels, any tours, and any particular records which you would like to highlight to and let the Goans know what Hemant Angley could stand off for?
Well, I have created no such records, but I have probably many firsts.
Exactly.
Yeah, in my career, the first 50 wickets were mine. The first man to take 6 wickets in an inning was me.
In the first class.
Yeah, so you could say that it could be a pioneering thing for GOAN cricket.
First 6 wickets in the innings.
Yes.
What was the figures of the match that particular game?
Yeah, I bowled 33 overs.
No. What was the figures like? You took first 6 wickets in the innings. What are the match figures?
The match, the second innings we could not bowl.
Okay.
The match finished.
Okay. Because normally it used to happen that you used to get very less innings to bowl also. So if counting against the umpires, I know most of the times Goa used to suffer the innings defeat.
Yes.
And you would have less time to bowl and you have more batting to do.
Yes, correct.
Very lucky to bat more time, but most of the time losing the games.
Yes.
Okay. Further things to add was like I just wanted to ask you, Hemant sir, that your contribution towards Goan cricket or contribution towards the coaching scenario, what's happening, like what has been motivating you to move and go out and coach the people?
Well, as I've told you, my father was a teacher and he's still a teacher. And I have that trait normally coming into me. I like to teach. Coaching, of course, is teaching. And that took me to an advertisement which was there in the papers that do you want to become a coach? I was playing my last year at that time in Ranji Trophy and I applied to the Sports Authority of Goa and I want to coach. But otherwise I was coaching in MCC. But this attracted me. I wrote an exam which I stood first. The Sports Authority of Goa sent me to Gandhinagar to do my certificate course in cricket, that is NIS. And they employed me on contract. At that time, the pay was 500 rupees per month, and I was posted at Kepe, where I was up and down.
Which year was it exactly?
That was in 1991.
1991. That's about two decades back.
3 years, yeah, 3 years back. And at that time, I used to spend 1,000 for my travel to go to Kepe. But we persevered because we liked that I was shifted to Madgaon at the MCC. Then I came to multipurpose in 1998, where we are standing now. And this is the first pitch I made in 1998 from our own funds. This roller which we are sitting on was made in 1999, when this was the first of pitch we made in 1999. And see, it's a love-hate relationship which I have. People either love me or hate me. So those
but they can't still write you off. You are still there in the limelight all the time.
So that is
the first thing star is when we say whenever a personality is developed, you write them off. When you see them newspaper, somebody writes you off, somebody talks about you. Even people have told me that if somebody is giving so much of time for you, that itself shows what you are.
So this roller again, what you are seeing, we are sitting on, was manufactured for me only for 5,000 rupees, which I paid from my own pocket. This roller otherwise would have costed for any other fellow 30,000 rupees at that time. But these such of my friends who do everything for me at cost or even below cost, and even this the pitches which were made, all sponsored. Not this, of course, this is made by SAG now, and therefore people helped me here for the last 23 years. And now, what was the situation there on the football ground? It was the same here, and now you can see the transformation where infrastructure is developed. So from here, nearly for the last 15 years, nearly 1,500 students have gone out from here, taking lessons of cricket from here and going out, doing duty for many other clubs in Goa. In that way, that teaching and coaching I've been doing here. I would dwell a little further in this coaching aspect. Now we call a coach, even if India is playing. Do you want any coach there? Would you like to coach Sachin Tendulkar? how his bat should be coming, where he should be playing the ball. No, you need a cricket administrator there, or a retired cricket professional who would advise you.
A mentor.
A mentor who could, advise you on the strategies of the game, read the game well. But you need coaching here at the basic level to teach the A, B, C of cricket.
At the grassroots level.
At the grassroots level. And then the person, the boy or the girl, himself or herself takes along, and whatever you have given as a base, takes it, and what others give in the meantime, in his or her lifetime, takes it and becomes a great player by themselves.
To my knowledge, because I remember Advait playing Ranji Trophy, Advait Katkar, and I was sharing a room with him, and he would make calls to you all night and speak to you. I mean, there are many people, many boys at the particular time of 2003 to 2005 whom you had. To name few, Suraj Kamath, Sujay Kamath, Sumit Naik, your two sons also at that particular time growing up. And there's one particular Desai, I'm not getting his name.
Ketan Desai.
Ketan Desai. And Advait also. I think luckily Advait was the person who made up to the Ranji Trophy with his hard work skills and whatever. Ashish Padnekar. So many young crop of guys who could not make it big because so many other factors might have affected them or whatever way they could make it. But when I played against them, I could see, even I played ball to them, I could see they were really crop of talent who should have been continually and playing till date. It was a very, those boys should have, I feel for them, being from your academies and coming out, they should have been playing. What do you feel about it?
Yeah, definitely. What you are saying is absolutely right. You have played with them, you have played against them, and you would be telling me the correct facts. Because I would like to say that all my students are good. But it's not the thing. Yeah, the names you took were excellent players. But the problem, they had a tag of my coaching here. And as you know, I'm an outspoken person in getting along in many controversies. People either love me or hate me. Probably people who hate me were at the helm at that time. And my anger, they used to take probably on them.
Good to see those boys still come up and play for you, and they stand by you whether they have lost a lot of things. And I could see those boys still come up and play for your club side, which is a Sports Week side, I believe, yes, which you still play represents in many of the GCA tournaments. Yes. And these boys still stand up and say that I am playing for Hemant sir team. I don't care what I have lost or what I have gained.
Yeah, that speaks on their upbringing by their parents also, and what upbringing we give them here in our coaching camps. So I'm thankful to them that they are loyal to whatever they feel they should be, and they should be doing right. But then, see, they have already paid the price of that, and I feel whatever they are doing is right in the present circumstances, and that should be a lesson to each and everybody here, even the new crop which is coming up, to see that such things go on.
Sufferings do exist. Just about the new book that has hit the market, which you have done by yourself. What do you have to illustrate about the coaching, new long, which has gone to even to the MCC? What can you elaborate on that?
See, that was my dream, to give back something to the game, from which I have had superb experiences and pleasure. So I was always in coaching, and in 2011, VM Prabhudesai, director of...
I can understand you are mismatching the years because such vast phase, yes, and that too after starting the cricket so late. Imagine if you had started at something 13, that would have added more about 7 years.
100%, but it's all destiny. Whatever you get, you have to accept. Mr. VM Prabhudesai from SAG, he was a director at that time. He called me one day and said that there was a problem in the executive committee meeting of the SAG, that the people were saying that cricket coaches are not coaching properly because they are not educated. So what can be done regarding that? There are two things to do. They should be sent to Gandhinagar or Patiala or Kerala to get coached and educated, or else we could bring the education here. So how can they do it? He asked the question. So, okay, I will write a manual, and we could have classes here, and for 15 days instead of the 45 mandatory days, in 15 days we could at least give a concise form of education to them, so that with their cricket playing experiences they could further it. He liked the idea, and he asked me to carry on with the manual. I have written a full-fledged manual for coaches now, which runs into hundreds of pages. Sit early in the morning, come here, coach, go back, again sit. In 3 months, I completed the manual. And on that basis...
Along with your pharmacy?
Yes, that is going on. That my wife takes care of it now. So she gives me a bit of time. My family has given me a lot of time. So whenever they gave me time, I did it. And I completed the manual and then gave it to our director. He then called all the coaches, and though the other coaches were reluctant to go into this exercise, I don't know why, but we prevailed upon them, the qualified coaches I'm talking about, who are already gone into this education, to have this course. So in 15 days, we had a superb interaction of coaching, somebody taking batting, somebody taking fielding, somebody taking running in between the wickets, and we called Dr. Chug from Gandhinagar, who was the coach for all the coaches here who were qualified. And in last 5 days, he summed it up. He took the examination, written and practical, and now and the coaches themselves are saying, whoever were not coached earlier, who were not qualified earlier, that this 15-day course has changed our outlook towards coaching, and now we know how to coach. So that gave me an impetus to dwell more into this. In fact, I was thinking of printing a book because Mr. Prabhu Desai asked me to do. But there were so many books in the market of that type written by earlier grades. So I thought my book would be also ran with them. So I again suddenly thought of getting something for the kids, because I've got nearly 20 manuals at home, but nothing for the kids. There's only one pictorial manual written by Alf Goa'S, the former English player and the coach, to whom Pandurang Sargaonkar went in the 70s.
Okay.
So he has written a pictorial manual, but that pictorial manual is hand sketched, and then there's details are very in small fonts where the children will not be able to decipher. So now if you see this manual, you will find that there are 176 big pictures for each and every stage of the technique, whether it is batting, bowling, fielding, running in between the wickets, catching, whatever, throwing. So therefore, the kid, he could get early insights in what the technique is, and he could then discuss with the coach. If he is going wrong, go home, refer to this book, come back again to his coach, and then with his coach, according to his body or his technique, he can then mold him.
In short, you are trying to say the full coaching scene is in a book with the pictures, and you don't have to go through a video to see what you have to do. You can just open a page and you know how to play a back foot shot. I have gone through that book myself, and my kids are almost on the way to go and follow on that. You play the shots and you see the book, the bat coming down with every step mentioned in it. Exactly. Coming to my next question, just wanted to ask you, being so much of negativity surrounded around you, due to some of your ways, I can understand, some of the basic things which you follow, your ethics, some of the ways of the world, some of the ways surrounding you, the admins, some of the things, the passageways, all the things, the negativity that surrounds you, still how do you stand so strong and stand so up and upright? Do you have a special diet for that? What do you do exactly?
No, I don't have any special diet. The negativity was always there in the world. In cricket, it's a bit more now, because in the last 10 years, there's lots of money coming into the coffers of all associations.
Just to cut you, I just want to ask you, what were your match fees when you played the first match for Goa Ranji Trophy? Can you just give us a small brief on that?
35 rupees.
35 rupees. Oh, excellent. Okay, please proceed.
So, no, I'm not talking about the players' money. The players should get as much money as they would get. There's no problem, because they are the ones who are sweating it out on the field. But I'm talking about the other money which is coming in cricket, which has attracted wrong persons towards the administration of this game, which only earlier cricket lovers used to do it. This cricket lovers used to really love the game, love the cricketers. They used to be really, used to suffer heart attack if the team used to lose. Ramakant Desai died that way. Such were the people at that time. But now the hearts are very strong. They don't care whether the team loses or wins. And that is the negativity which I am talking about. Now, yes, there's always.
You are talking about Goa Cricket Association.
I am talking about everybody. Goa cricket is just a part of it. It is, yes, everybody. Goa cricket is part, and I think it's a bigger part here.
Yeah.
Because if I go to say about everything, the negativity which is there, because cricket, I think the game as such in Goa is looked at the last resort.
It goes like this, like if you mean to say that if the cricketing personalities are sitting on the high levels of any association, any board, and certainly that particular game will do well on the ground and off the ground as well.
100%, you have hit the nail. In fact, I don't say the cricketing persons should be the administrators. I am not of that. Earlier, our administrators were cricket players. No doubt they played cricket in their old time, but not probably Ranji Trophy cricket or so. I don't mean that they should be first-class cricketers or what, but they should understand the game. They should understand the cricketers. They should understand the whims and intricacies and other things of the cricketers, and then administrate them.
Not just the people who come and hit the balls in the opening ceremonies.
Yeah, probably you have said it. But now what has happened is wrong type of persons have come into the game. If you are comparing Goa with the other states, the vast difference which is stark is the other states no doubt have people who have come there without any cricketing background. But they have cricketers in the right places to administer the game. As when there is any cricket going on, you will find some old cricketer there in charge, or selection committee of old cricketers, or very good cricketers who had done so much for the state. But here you find it's just the opposite. It is the coaches of their whatever there comes in mind, they will bring them. Only they should be listening to them. Whatever in fact, they coach them how to coach. That also I have, listened when the one fellow was asking another coach
How to go about the proceedings.
About the proceedings, how many overs the fast bowler, that particular fast bowler should bowl, and how many overs that spinner should bowl, and when. So this is ridiculous. Well, this negativity should be cornered in our ethos, in our Indian ethos. Krishna has told us, Karmanye vadhika raste mahaphaleshu kadachatam. So you go on working, you don't think about whatever fruits you are going to get. They may come, they may not come. But that should not be your aim. Your aim should be give the best what you can. And that is what I am doing. I am trying to give the best, and I am trying to give the best in no shortcuts. They have to be in the proper formatted thing. These people, the new persons, they don't want to stay for long with the bat when I am teaching. In one day they want to be learning front foot defensive stroke, which in my camp at least take 5 days. So that is the difference.
Summarizing it, you are very lucky, and the way you have stood by your ethics, I believe your family has stood behind you all the time. Your sons, in the modern age, also stand behind their father, your wife, and your students. They have stood behind you in whatever small role they could play. There have been many contributors to your believing in yourself, believing the personality you are, stood behind you, backing you up all the time, and surely helped you to overcome all this negativity. Coming back to the next thing, what I would like to ask you is, what do you feel about, you are already talking about it, just want to ask you, what do you feel about the GOAN particular current level of cricket and the middle level of cricket? In Goa has a history almost of 30 years of Ranji Trophy now. So what do you think, which was the best part and which is the best phase has gone? What do you think about the current GOAN cricket level?
Well, I would say, because I have played with the best players and against best players of my time at that time. And I would consider that phase. First year we lost all the games. From the second year we started drawing all the games. And I consider that phase the last 4 years, till 5 of our players went off to Dubai for greener pasture, and I respect that decision. It was a correct decision at that time, which depleted our team. And suddenly there was a void which they could not fill, and till now it has never filled. In between, of course, we won some matches, but you would...
a phase from 2007 onwards, 2007 to 2010.
Because you would go through that, there were all the players from outside Goa, very less contributors from this. There were 4 to 5 players playing in our team. But when we were playing, we were all born and bred from this soil.
Given a role to play in any kind of admin role, what do you do? Are you eager to go ahead with that?
Why not? Any game, anything to do, even from rolling the pitch to even coaching and managing. There is no problem. Any role we can do it, but there should be no interference from anybody of any sort, especially from the administrators who don't know cricket.
I just wanted to ask you one more thing, that the ignored senior cricketers to be planned to be ignored for the selections or whatever the associations are talking about for this particular season. What do you feel about it? So all the senior cricketers, the likes of Swapnil Asnorkar, Shadab Jakati, who have contributed so much for the GOAN cricket, all of them getting ignored at one particular zone. What is the idea behind all this? What do you feel about it?
You're talking about zone.
Not the zone, for the team which is going to be, they had some proceedings saying that the senior cricketers are not going to be looked out. We are looking for young talent coming in, boosting inside. So I just wanted to know, what do you feel about that?
No, I don't understand their mind, because see, you cannot do anything without the senior cricketers. The senior cricketers are the persons who are going to win new matches, and the youngsters who are going to come are to be taken care of by these senior cricketers. So suddenly, en masse, if you start dropping senior cricketers, then there will be nobody to guide these people, the people who are coming in. So, and you are talking about Shadab Jakati, you are talking about Swapnil Asnorkar.
Robin D'Souza not even included in the probables. You know, it was very.
These are now already as good as legends of the GOAN team, and they are still playing well. In fact, Shadab Jakati has taken 29 wickets in the last season. He should have been in the Duleep Trophy. I don't know why he is not there. So they cannot be ignored as a group.
You mean you believe in building the balance of it?
Surely, that is the way to play cricket. So they can be phased out the way our great players like Dravid, Lakshman, Ganguly, and the others were phased out in a nice manner, given their space. Because they have done a lot for Goa, and they should be honoured.
My last question to you, just what would be your advice to any sportsman and any cricketer who is budding up and coming up to the zone to come up and play cricket or play any kind of sport? What do you advise to them?
Yeah, I would tell them the same thing what my seniors, at that time there were no coaches, my teachers told us, that there are no shortcuts in this game for anything, for that matter. Even when we are studying, we were asked to do the full thing yourself. That is, don't be managers when you are working. You be workers. Only then you can do well in life. In the same way here, you have got to work hard and only work hard, and you have got to think about the game. Why, for that matter, why my bowling didn't do well, or why I got out for a particular stroke. And then you go to your coach, or you yourself, as you know all the techniques, try to fathom what was the mistake. In that way, you can automatically be a better player and do well for your state.
I mean to say, self-analyst, hard work, and no shortcuts to reaching to success. Thank you very much, Mr. Hemant Angley. Really pleasure being with you, speaking to the legend of GOAN cricket. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ambe. I also enjoyed it.